What's up, guys? I'm Ryan, and this is LHN Films. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my NHL 2020 East play-in predictions. So the first series I'm going to talk about is Toronto versus Columbus. Toronto definitely has the better offense. Some of their depth forwards scored almost as much as some of the Blue Jackets' top guys. It's a top 5 offense versus a bottom 5 offense. One guy in Columbus that I am going to be watching for is Oliver Bjorkstrand, though. He had a really good season, though he was hurt for part of it. But the Maple Leafs, they got that star power. They got Matthews, Tavares, Marner, Nylander. Those are 4 of the best forwards in the NHL. In Columbus, they don't have the firepower to match that. I would say their defenses are pretty even. Columbus has Jones, Werenski, and Savard, while the Maple Leafs have Riley, Barrie, and Muzzin. So I think I like that top 3 of Columbus a little bit more, but then the Maple Leafs also have guys like Dermott and Hall that I like more than someone like Murray and Nudivara. But overall, I think they're pretty even on defense. The Leafs, however, were a bottom 5 teams in goals allowed per game, meaning they gave up a lot of goals, while the Jackets were top 5 in goals allowed per game. So I think the Blue Jackets have better defensive D-men, while the Leafs have some good offensive defensemen. But part of the reason that the Leafs were a bottom 5 team in goals allowed per game is because Frederik Andersen did not have a good season, and that's one aspect where I think Columbus has the big advantage. And Elvis Merzlikins, Jonas Korpisalo both had good seasons, and Andersen was just a big problem for the Leafs, so I really like the Columbus goaltending duo better. I don't know which one is going to play. I'm going to guess Merzlikins, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Columbus is definitely a team that no one expected to be here, because on paper they're not that good, but they always just found a way to win. When it comes to special teams, Toronto, they do have a very good power play, one of the best in the league. They don't really rely on that to win games. They can score 5-on-5 as well. Columbus does have one of the worst power plays in the league, but then Columbus has a good penalty kill, while Toronto's is a little bit below average. The season series was 1-1, but I'm going to go with the Maple Leafs in this one. I think that if Frederik Andersen can play just okay, that they'll be able to take it. Just on paper, it's not close. If Toronto's best players show up, Columbus isn't going to win. But this one does scare me a little bit because, as I said, Columbus, they find a way to win. I'm still taking the Leafs, but it could definitely go either way. So the next series that I will discuss is the New York Islanders versus the Florida Panthers. But before that, if you haven't checked out my West Coast predictions, you should check out that video. It would mean a lot to me. Plus, don't forget to like and subscribe. So anyways, Florida, I think they have the edge in offense. They definitely have one of the better offenses in the league. And the Islanders' offense was a little bit below average. Barkov and Huberdeau are 2 really good players. Plus, they've got guys like Dadonov and Hoffman. So I'm giving Florida the edge on offense, but I'm giving the Islanders the edge on defense. Adam Pelech is back. He's been out for a long time, and when he was in the lineup, the Islanders had a very good record. Like, the Islanders, they don't really have any superstars on D, but everyone is just solid. I really like Devin Tays as well. He's definitely an underrated guy. But Florida's D-core is very, very weak. Definitely one of the worst in the league, other than Aaron Ekblad, who's amazing. Yandel's good offensively, but not very good defensively. And then in goaltending, I am going to give the Islanders the edge in goal. I'm not sure if it's going to be Varlamov or Greiss in. I'm going to guess Varlamov. Bobrovsky, he didn't have a good season this year. And with that defense in front of him, it clearly was a struggle. Though it's Sergei Bobrovsky. He could easily prove me wrong if he gets hot. But I like that the Islanders have had more consistent goaltending this year, and that's why I'm going to give them the edge. So special teams, Florida, they've got the better power play. The Islanders have the better penalty kill, though neither teams are really elite in their special teams. This series is truly a battle of offense versus defense. The Islanders did win the season series 3-0, and I think I have to take them. That Florida defense, it just scares me too much. I don't know if Bob is going to find his old form or not. And the Islanders still have guys like Barzal and Nelson and Lee that can get the job done. Plus, when you look at what the Islanders did to the Penguins last year, I just gotta go with them. The next series I'll talk about is the New York Rangers against the Carolina Hurricanes. These are two teams that I really like on paper. I think both of them have the potential to go far, but of course one of them's going home right away. So the Rangers, they do have the edge in offense and have one of the best offenses in the league, but Carolina isn't far behind. They also have a very good offense. The Hurricanes, they definitely have the edge on defense. They've definitely got one of the best defenses in the league. They had injury trouble all year, so it's good to see that they're going to be healthy right now. But I'm not even sure who they're going to play on defense because they got Vatanen plus Shea and now Hamilton and Pesce. I'm not 100% sure Pesce's coming back. I'd have to look that up again, but I know Hamilton's back for sure. But they have so many different options they could go with on D that there's going to be some very good players that are healthy scratches. The Rangers' defense aren't the best in their own end, but they've got some good offensive D-man. D'Angelo is definitely one of the best offensive defensemen in the league. Fox is great in his own end as well, but they got guys like Mark Stahl that still play big minutes, which scares me for them. When it comes to special teams, the Rangers have a top 5 power play and the Hurricanes have a top 10. But Carolina, they've got a top 5 penalty kill, while the Rangers' penalty kill is below average. So I guess I'd give a slight edge in special teams to the Hurricanes. I do believe that the Rangers have the edge in goaltending, though, because Igor Shesterkin was just ridiculous when he got called up. He only lost 2 games. And even if it's not Shesterkin, I still like Lundqvist better than Mrazek, just because Mrazek is inconsistent. Though I will say if Mrazek is on, he could totally steal a series, but if he's off, he can also lose a series. The Rangers did win the season series 4-0. The Rangers, they were an inconsistent team this year. I watched them a bunch. When their best version shows up, they're one of the most dangerous teams in the league. But they also have their off nights, and in a short series, who knows what will actually happen. But I think Panarin and Zibanejad, they're going to continue doing what they did in the regular season, and I think the Rangers are going to win this series. It definitely could go either way. I would have put the Hurricanes beating any other team, but I feel like the Rangers match up well to them, and if Shesterkin continues doing what he's doing, and Panarin, who I think should win the Hart, continues doing what he's doing, I think the Rangers are going to take it, though it's going to be close. So the last series is Pittsburgh versus Montreal. So Pittsburgh, they definitely have the better offense. They've got star power with Crosby, Malkin, Gensel's coming back from injury. Zucker is a great player. Well, Montreal, they really lacked finishing ability this year. They weren't best at scoring goals, though Tatar did have a very good season. I think Pittsburgh also has the better defense, because after Petrie and Weber, it kind of falls off for Montreal. Métay's solid too, but I don't really like their decor too much. While Pittsburgh, they still have Chris Letang, who's still great, and then everyone else is just really good. John Marino was a super good defensive defenseman that had a great rookie year. The only bad player they really have on defense, I'd say, is Jack Johnson, but that's still 5 out of 6 really good players. I also think Pittsburgh has the edge in goal if Tristan Jarry plays. He was an all-star this year, had a tremendous season. But if Matt Murray ends up playing, he's always been great in the playoffs, so it'll be interesting to see who they go with. Carey Price just wasn't that good this year. He hasn't really been as good the past few years. I think if Montreal wants a chance, Price is going to have to return to form from when he won the Hart Trophy years ago, but I really just don't see him doing that, because he just hasn't been what he used to be. This series, I don't really think Montreal has much of a chance. Pittsburgh also had a top 10 penalty kill and an average power play, while Montreal was pretty weak on special teams. I mean, Montreal got swept by Detroit in their season series this year. I'm a Detroit fan, and they were I can't even say how bad they were. It was kind of sad to watch. It was hard to watch. Montreal got swept by them. The Penguins are definitely going to take this series. I'd be shocked if Montreal did. I know it's hockey and anything can happen, and Montreal is a solid 5-on-5 team, but I just can't imagine them beating Pittsburgh. So that's going to be all for this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.